doing, my baby? Nothing. Nothing? Well, you need to be doing something because come the new year, you can't be sitting around here. Mama's got stuff to do. People to see. Oh, man. What you want to do? A lot, nothing at all. That didn't narrow it down. Give me something concrete. Well, I want to read, but I don't know. You in a slump? No, just options. What about that book with the girl with the dragon or something like that? Which one? Okay, what else? Well, I want to work out, but I don't know. Maybe start with stretch and then you just go from there, okay? What else? I haven't been out in a while. How long? Okay, you can start with the shower and go from there because damn. That bad? What else? It hurts right here. You probably need to go to the doctor, but drinking more water will be a good start. This smells good. Is this soda water? I drank 3 of those today. You could probably slow down on those too. Oh man, you taking your meds? Yeah, today's a good day. So what's the issue? I don't know. I guess I'm just not motivated. I know what you need. Boot Camp Readathon. Boot camp? I'm not running. You feel me, fam? No, it's not like that. It's only 2 weeks and you take it at your own pace. You know what they say, it takes 2 weeks to make a habit. Here, watch this video. Hello recruits, my name is Courtney, aka Tangible Reads, and I am here to be your instructor / recruiter for Boot Camp Readathon. Now, Boot Camp Readathon is a readathon that is being hosted from January 1st through January 15th of 2026. This is the 3rd installment of Boot Camp Readathon, and I'm excited for you to be a part of it. Now, Boot Camp Readathon pays homage to all the soldiers and military services in the world because they do an amazing job. Salute to each and every one of those soldiers. Now, Boot Camp Readathon incorporates fitness, mental health, reading, mindfulness, community, a little bit of everything. Basically, you're trying to be your best self. Now, this readathon is anywhere from entry level to professional. You're going to tailor this to yourself because everybody has a different level of fitness, different level of reading. So anybody can participate, so do not shy away. This readathon is for you. The whole goal is to get through boot camp, whether you are running and cheering at the end or whether you're dragging yourself across the fitness line. So have fun and get moving. Now, this year is going to be an exciting year. I've done something different where we are going to be navigating through the actual steps of boot camp. Now, I myself have had the honor and privilege of serving in the United States Army, so I know exactly what that is about, and I have the shirt to prove it. And I have incorporated 19 hosts to make sure that you pass boot camp. Okay, I'm going to list them below and we'll talk about them later. So, what is boot camp and how do you get past it? So, boot camp has 3 different services. Now, in the Air Force, you're going to just read your books, and that's okay. In the Army, you're going to read your books and you're going to pass through all the other different prompts. And if you want to join the Marines, what you're going to do is you're going to double up on all of the book prompts. I have an info sheet that explains all of that. Now, we do have a syllabus for you. Now, on this syllabus, what you're going to do is you're going to progress through all the different steps in the process from MEPS through graduation and just follow the arrows. Now, here is the course syllabus, okay? So you have MEPS. MEPS stands for a Military Entrance Processing Station. That is where you sign up for the military, at least in the United States. Now, the first prompt is to read a book that talks about self-discovery, a psychological fiction, or nonfiction. Up to you. You choose what you want. What you're also going to do is increase your hydration level as well because that is important. You're going to start meditating for 5 minutes a day. You're going to do that for 5 days. You're also going to start your stretching, okay? Getting your body right. However you do it, just take your time. Take it at your own pace, okay? You know your body more than anybody else. You're also going to call your friends and family members because mental health is important and friends and family get you through that. And Also, you know what? It's the start of the new year. Why not detox your system a little bit? So you're going to refrain from alcohol for 3 days. Now, if you don't drink, that's an easy prompt for you. After you've successfully completed all that, you have passed MEPS and now you're off to the barracks. Now in the barracks, you're gonna meet all your new little friends and the people that are gonna get you through boot camp. So you're gonna pick up another book. This is gonna be an independent book. You're gonna pick a book maybe that has a military representative or a book that has blue or green on the cover. If you can do both, that would be really good. You know, those are primary colors for the military for the most part. Also, what you're going to start doing is you're going to start working on your body. Now, you can do this in any fashion you want, okay? If you want to concentrate on to exercise and bulk up, or if you want to concentrate on a certain area that's been giving you problems, that is up to you. What you're also going to do is you're going to sub to 10 new channels, okay? 10 new booktube channels. So find some new friends, look at their content, and go ahead and click that subscribe button and leave them some comments, okay? That'll be greatly appreciated. Bring some people into the fold as well. Also, I know you've collected a lot of really great things last year. So if you have some books laying around, we're gonna go ahead and unhaul at least one book. Now, if you don't have any books, physical books, you know, that's fine. But, you know, the goal is to do some donation, do some charity, little free libraries, donation centers, the actual library, things like that. After you've completed all those things at the barracks, you're going to go ahead to the mess hall. Now, the mess hall is where you're going to chow down and get some of that good military food. And while you're there, you might as well go ahead and pick up another book. Now, this is going to be your horror, your fantasy, and your sci-fi, okay? Something that is going to be wild, because you never know what you're going to find at the chow hall. Now, for this book, you're going to physically read at least half of this book. I know a lot of us are into audiobooks, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But, you know, I want you to sit down and read some of this book. So at least half the book needs to be a physical read. And that's e-reader or traditional paper book, your choice. Now you're going to add in an additional body part. Now remember, in the barracks you had 2. Now you add in another one in the mess hall. So that makes 3. This is cumulative. So it can be in the same area or something different. Your choice. You know what you need to work on. Also, go ahead and try a new recipe and make sure you post it inside of the Discord. We'd be interested to know what you're cooking. And lastly, we're going to start cleaning up the diet, okay? We all know how our diets are and what you need to work on and what you need to cut out or incorporate in. So just make a few little changes there. I could probably get away with eating less chips. That's me. Now, after we leave the mess hall, we're going to go to the shooting range and have target practice. And while we're there, we're going to go ahead and pick up another book. Now, this is a fun prompt because this is the instructor favorites, okay? So what you're going to do is go into the Discord or on the instruction sheet and look at the instructor favorites. Now, each instructor, like I said, there's 19 of them, have given 2 recommendations. That is 38 books in which to choose from, okay? So you can go down that whole list and choose one of those books to read. All of those books should be standalones or at least satisfying endings and all under 500 pages and no cliffhangers, okay? So pick a book to read and that should satisfy this prompt. You're also going to add in 1 more body part, so you know that makes 4. So you should be working on some good stuff right about now. Get it in shape, y'all. And while you're at it, go ahead and spruce up that living space. We all could use a nice little space to read and live. So, you know, see what maybe needs to be moved, cleaned, all of that stuff. Make your home more inviting for yourself. And once you've done all of those things, you're on to bivouac, okay? Now, bivouac is basically, I call it military camping. It's basically a temporary encampment. You're outside. You're somewhere different than your home, okay? In the military, we do it really good. We incorporate electricity and running water. Now, in bivouac, you're going to add another book, okay? Now, this is your comedy, your cozy reading, your romance, your erotica, something light, because you're almost through with boot camp. So enjoy that book. Have it like a palate cleanser, if you will. Also, you're going to treat yourself to something really cool. You've been putting in a lot of hard work, so treat yourself to something just really, really indulgent. But you know what? Do not overdo it. And Also, on top of that, we're gonna go ahead and sustain from alcohol for another 3 days. You can do it. That's okay. You can do it. And after you did all that bivouac stuff, we are on to graduation, okay? Right at the end part, okay? So what you're gonna do is, if you are a written platform type person, which I am, I enjoy StoryGraph, then you're gonna go ahead and update your StoryGraph, update your Goodreads, whatever written platform that you use to do your book reviews. Now, if you're not one of those type people, then you can go ahead and I guess skip that prompt. But if you are, use whatever platform you have. And after that, you're going to assess what of these habits that you have acquired during boot camp that you want to keep, modify, or ditch. That's up to you. That is your self-assessment, your AAR, after action review. And you have then completed boot camp. And you can give yourself a pat on the back. Now, there are some things to know about boot camp and navigating this syllabus, okay? Now, each of the book prompts are separate, okay? So as you saw, there are 5 book prompts on the course syllabus. However, there is a one-time sharing of prompts, okay? So if you're reading through and the next prompt that you reach meets the same criteria as the book that you just read, you can go ahead and count the book for that prompt if you want to. So that would mean you can read 4 books, but you can only do that once. So make sure that you choose wisely if you choose to do that. Now, books are of any type that you want to read, whether it's an audio, a physical book, a graphic, digital, paper, pamphlet, scroll, whatever it is that you want to call a book. Remember, this is 2 weeks, so choose your books wisely. Now, DNFs do count. If you got to 51% of that book, then I will go ahead and count it. If you cannot, for some reason, get to 51% of that book, I will go ahead and ditch it and start over and find another book. Life's too short to read books that do not resonate in boot camp. Now, I urge you to add diversity to your reading. In boot camp, you meet a whole bunch of people from different places, people you've maybe never seen, different religions, races, parts of the country, all those good things, and that's one of the really great things I like about the military. So I encourage you to include BIPOC, Black, Indigenous, people of color, queer and disability, and indie authors within your book selections. That could be either authors and or characters. Now, an optional challenge, if you want to test your mental, physical willpower, is the Boot Camp Readathon Challenge. This challenge is a 2-week challenge where you're going to do these things each and every day, okay? You're going to have a 50 squat challenge, 50 sit-up or crunch challenge. The goal is basically to work your bottom and to work your tummy area, okay? Now, if you have some medical issues that prevent that, then I would say skip over those or to modify of what's within your ability, okay? Remember, boot camp is not about hurting yourself. Now, you're also going to read 50 pages a day, drink 64 ounces of straight water. That's water, nothing in it, no enhancements, 64 ounces of water a day. There is no alcohol whatsoever, no excessive sugary items, that's cakes, cookies, sugar itself, all of that stuff. No chips, no sweets. Chips are my personal weakness. If you normally drink tea or coffee, I will not begrudge that to you because I completely understand. I would say cut the sugar that you normally use in those drinks to half, okay? Half for that. That is the only exception of where you can add a sweetener to it. Cut it in half. There is no soda whatsoever. If you are a carbonated drinker like the Aquafizz Soda Stream, which I am, that's fine. There is no sugar in that. You're going to do a 5-minute stretch and deep breathing exercise every day and a 5-minute meditation. So that is the 2-week boot camp challenge. Let me know how you progress through that, and I'll have a special section in the Discord for people that are participating in that. Now, some additional information about Boot Camp Readathon. There are no books to log. There's no sign-in form. Basically, I encourage you to join the Discord so that you can get motivation and speak with all your other peers. Maybe get some workout ideas, some food ideas, crafting ideas, talk about your books, whatnot. This is a personal challenge for yourself. But you know what? It's nice to compete with other people if you want to do that too. There will be a bunch of graphics down in the Discord that I'll drop in there so you can use that across all platforms, TikTok, IG, YouTube, what have you. We will also be having sprints. Now, sprints are going to be a good time because that's where you'll get a lot of motivation from people. Like I said, you have 19 hosts, okay? 19 hosts. We're going to be sprinting every day. Not sure it's going to be 24 hours, but we'll have a good amount of time. I'm encouraging community in that, so it'll be a time for you to share ideas and talk about your books. We're also going to be getting moving. Now, all of these hosts have different fitness levels, different abilities, different mindsets, all of those things. So they bring something different to the table. So each sprint is going to be different, okay? But the hosts are going to encourage you to get moving, you know, doing something fun. Maybe they'll share some recipes. You never know, some of them like to game. You know, anything to get your mind right, get you moving, get you reading, all of those things, okay? We're here to support you. Now, I am someone that tries to keep up with fitness. I don't always succeed, but I try my best. So I will do a few workout with me's in the morning where basically we'll do a little workout, probably to a video, and then do a little bit of reading just to get our morning jolted right, okay? So it's going to be a good time at Boot Camp Readathon, so I hope to see you there and for you to get some. Now, let's talk about our hosts, okay? I have 19 amazing hosts that are here to help get us through boot camp. So let's meet them. Now, I myself am Courtney with channel Tangible Reads. We have Alicia with Books and Things with Alicia. We have Bonnie with Books and Bonnie. Jaleesa with Reading Beyond the Book Cover. Coda with Coda Means Friend, your booktube bestie. You have Nicole with Dusty Book Sniffers. You have Jessie, this Kiwi. We have Dee Dee with Virtues of Books. Atia with Booking It with Atia. Paula with Family and Books. Kiana with Shexy Lady. Chantel with The Spooky Library. Kelly with Cursed Dragon Ship. Mel with Tomb Raider. Shauna with Books with Dreamcatcher. Leslie with Books, Gers, and Purrs. MJ with Reading This Life. And Keita with Resistance Book Club. Lachette with Scarlet Moon Creations. And of course, we have our amazing moderator, Christina. So make sure when you post those videos, make sure you use hashtag Boot Camp Readathon, hashtag BCR Readathon, or hashtag Fitness Readathon. So I look forward to seeing you at Boot Camp Readathon in January. Remember, January 1st through the 15th. Kickoff sprints will be on my channel, Tangible Reads, on January 1st at 12 p.m. EST. So enjoy those holidays and get some. So what do you think? That seems cool. I could definitely use something like that. Boot Camp Readathon. Good, because I already signed you up. You start January 1st. So when are you going to tell me that? I'm telling you now. Now get up, go make a plan. Mama's got stuff to do, people to see. I'm out of here.